Hey, welcome to Trending. Welcome back to Trending, actually. We appreciate you stopping by and hanging out
And
and
leave your
checking out the
comments.
leaving your comments and your likes and your subscription
Like,
information and
follow,
all
and share.
your credit card information and all that
Yeah.
stuff. And your application to be a chick for
We will
six.
not ask for money from you. So if anybody's
So,
scamming,
so those of you that start watching or have been watching,
yeah.
this may or may not offend or
Yes.
this.
This is our opinion on the matter based on the information that we have.
Right.
And
Our
strictly opinion.
opinion is not
Some people are going to
necessarily.
be agreeing with us.
Yeah.
There's going to be people that don't agree with us.
Our opinions may not be yours, but then again, they may be.
Yeah, so
That's a very good statement.
that is a very good
And
thing.
they may not be, but they may be.
Hip hip hooray!
What we're going to try to discuss, or at least comment a little bit on, is
The state of Israel
the state of Israel and
the state of the war.
ICJ ruling that was recently released. Um,
Now, for those of you that don't know what the ICJ is, what is that?
the ICJ is the International Court of Justice,
And they're based out of where?
they actually I do not know where
Are
they're
they
based
in?
out
Are
of.
they?
Are they South African?
No, South Africa. Africa brought forth charges that Israel
Oh, that's good.
is creating a genocide, which is the elimination of the Palestinian people. And they brought their case along with probably 20 or 25 other city states, I guess,
Yeah.
um, and brought their evidence to this court, which is probably 9 members,
I don't know.
9 to 11 members. And they told their side of the story, and the Israelis brought their lawyers and they told their side of the story, and everything went to this court, and the ruling came back as the International Court of Justice ordered Israel to prevent any acts of genocide within their power, and to do more to help with the suffering of the civilians. But it stopped short of ordering a ceasefire, and it didn't formally charge Israel with a genocide.
The only genocide I've ever heard of was back when the 40s when the Jews were trying to commit genocide on them. I've never heard of the Jews.
Well, no, the Palestinians they're saying that because Israel is launching such an aggressive assault on Hamas that they're actually committing genocide against the Palestinians in Gaza.
Who sent rockets indiscriminately to all areas of Israel.
Well, they're trying to justify it by saying that the IDF has been torturing or treating them inhumanely for years,
Yeah.
and ultimately they just want Israel off their land.
Yeah. Well, they all of the protesters that you see out in the street on TikTok, because everybody on TikTok is a professional.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, all of a sudden
they all know their history of the land that's there.
all of a
But
sudden everybody's a scholar on
Yeah,
Palestine.
all scholars. They're all top fledged scholars from the brightest universes minds.
How do you have?
But anyway, this court was going to be the platform to which they could yell at Israel more than they are already. And the court basically told them that Israel has the right to defend itself and to try to minimize the damage, but
But they
did
allowed
not give them the it did not give them what they were looking for. And now they are very upset because of the fact that the court said that there's no genocide taking place. Israel has a right to defend itself, and they will check back on Israel in 30 days.
it's nice.
That's very nice of them. That
Make sure
they stopped short of asking or calling for a ceasefire, which is the head scratcher, because that's what this whole case was about, was getting Israel to literally stop defending itself with against Hamas. And as everybody knows, Hamas is the terrorist organization that the Palestinian people
It's a
voted
recognized-
in.
Okay, there's Hamas.
Recognized terrorist organization.
There is Hamas, and what's the other brand? It's similar.
There's Hamas is in the Gaza Strip,
And then the
and
other-
then on the West Bank,
Yeah.
it's Fatah.
Oh, okay.
And
All right.
right now, Fatah is they're probably just sitting back, going, "What's going on with these guys?"
Yeah.
Because all of the damage and the destruction is going on in the Gaza Strip,
Right.
and
And it is kind of getting out of hand because a lot of innocent people are dying,
that is true.
which is unfortunate.
It is unfortunate. It's a problem when you have a war in such a confined area that you've got people that have really nowhere to go, and their government that they voted into office is telling them stay in your house, stay where you're at, and let the bombs fall where they may.
But at the same time,
if I'm correct, in the Palestinians, they don't have an actual state like a president and
No, this is where people are going to be either yay or nay. But
this is where the comments are going to come in.
This is where the
And hit subscribe.
come in. But throughout history, the land of Palestine has always been referred to as the region of Palestine, the British Mandate of Palestine.
yeah,
There's never been an actual country
called
called Palestine.
no flag.
No.
There's never been a president of Palestine. There's never been a prime minister of Palestine.
Yeah.
There's never been an official representative.
There's never been an official representation of Palestine. It's been a region. And people will say, well, it's been this, that, and the other. Well, if you go back to before the creation of Israel, there was Egypt and Jordan had control of that region. And they did not issue a state of Palestine. Why not? Don't know. Anyway, Israel was created in 1948. It was formalized as its own country.
Yeah, Israel's 3,000 years old, and
Well, both tribes have been on that land for centuries.
Thousands of years.
Thousands of
The
years.
acknowledgement that Israel is the Israelites of that region
Yeah.
belong to that region.
yeah, that's what I'm
The
saying.
Israelites have had kings. They've had
It was Judea and Samaria, but the land itself, the whole region itself, has been conquered and conquested so many times by so many.
And yet the
armies.
Jews still exist.
Yet the Jews still exist on that land.
None of their enemies. Egypt may be the only country that stayed Egypt since
So-
Israel.
So when you start talking about stolen land, then you have to look at the U.S. is built on stolen land.
Yeah.
Canada's built on stolen land. Australia's been built on
Now,
stolen land. New Zealand.
that's a
lot
fine
of-
line. Stolen is more,
Well,
or
not
conquered.
Conquered. Okay,
Conquered land.
Usually the
Yeah, but
victors are the ones that
Determine the
write
future.
history.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the U.S., as everybody knows,
Quite victorious.
we've bought our land. We bought at the Louisiana Purchase. We bought
Right.
California and Texas, and we
Alaska from
all
Russia.
of that stuff. Yeah, it's all ours now. I mean,
Yeah.
After being purchased.
It's
after
up-
being purchased
it's up
or
to us
won
to manage it.
through war.
Yeah.
But when we're talking about Israel, you're talking about the formal creation of the state.
Okay. Do you know how many states there are that are against Israel in that region? I know there's Iraq, Iran.
Well,
Syria.
Iran is the biggest,
yeah.
the biggest chest
Threat.
thumper
Well,
out there.
Ironically, at least before 2020, they had established peace for the first time in the Middle East.
Yeah.
And that was Donald Trump that actually, for the former president Donald
Which is
Trump
something that-
actually.
Which is something they don't typically report on.
Right.
But we also have had some breaking stuff that not breaking, but it was the Saudis formally wanted to recognize Israel in exchange for a peace agreement. Now Israel has a peace agreement with Egypt. They have one with and Jordan.
Jordan.
So a lot of the things that are going on right now, people are saying, the Palestinians are being slaughtered. They're this, they're that.
Yeah.
But what they're forgetting is that the beginning of the war, October 7th, there was no conflict between Palestinians or Israelis.
Then.
Then October 7th happened, and now there is.
Yeah.
And Benjamin Netanyahu, he said outright that this is it. They're done with these people, and they're getting tired of getting rockets shot into Israel proper.
Yeah.
Uh, they're getting tired of their citizens being harassed and or abducted or killed. Um, the IDF is just taking things drastic. They've gone drastic.
So what is Israel looking for? If Palestine or
They're looking for the elimination of Hamas.
if Hamas was to say today, have your hostages back, which is something I don't think we're reporting enough on. It doesn't seem like anybody really is concerned about those hostages. If and would that be enough? Would if they gave back the hostages and says, "All right, we've had enough. We can't take any more. Here's your hostages." Would Israel let up?
I think they would. I think that they would pull back. People are saying, they bring up the word genocide, and if you think about it, Israel is a nation that has the capability to annihilate the Gaza Strip.
Oh,
completely.
yeah, they wanted
Yeah.
to.
If they wanted to
they could.
create genocide, they could do it in about 30 minutes
Right.
with the weaponry that they have. Everything that you see, all the ordnance, is coming from the U.S., but it's really warehouse one out of many that they
Yeah.
probably have.
Right.
They're trying to eliminate Hamas. And Hamas is the coward rat organization that hides in these tunnels, because that is how they think, is that they think that the people above will be a great human shield, while they're being secured below. And how do you fight an enemy like that?
Well, what better shield than a human shield?
Yeah, it's a human shield that they're using, and they're the ones that are 100% to blame for the atrocities that are going on in the Gaza
Yeah.
Strip.
Is this true?
That is just my opinion, but that is also based on everything that I have seen. That Israel is just defending itself, and they want their people back, like any nation would.
Yeah.
If Mexico attacked the United States, there wouldn't be a Mexico; it would be half gone. So you have to put it into perspective.
Okay,
That
so all the Hamas people are Palestinians, but are all Palestinians Hamas?
no,
Okay.
no,
No, they are not. They're actually innocent Palestinians
Yeah.
that are
there's a lot
suffering,
of innocent
that are suffering because of this.
Yeah.
And I mean,
Now Israel hits possibly one hospital with a bomb, which is totally regrettable and stuff. But though they were sending rockets, like not even knowing or caring where they would land.
Well, yeah, the Hamas was launching rockets indiscriminately
Right,
into
exactly.
Israel proper.
Right.
And they don't care where they land, because these missiles are basically unguided rocket launchers.
Yeah.
they're nowhere near the technology what Israel has.
Yeah.
They had an incident a couple of weeks ago where a rocket was launched out of Gaza, and it swerved around and went right back into a hospital. And they blamed Israel for that.
Yeah.
Now, Israel had to show the video. This is what happened. This is where it was launched with these other rockets. And you see
But
this
the damage is already done, and the people who wanted to believe what they want to believe. They don't want to read any much further into the story.
That is it. People want to believe what they want to believe, and all those marchers and protesters were waiting for the ICJ to slap them on the wrist and deliver the death blow to Israel, but in fact they did not. They didn't call for a ceasefire. They told them essentially, "We'll check back with you in 30 days and see how things are going."
Right.
So, yeah, that is what's going on in Israel right now. And for myself, I want to see Hamas go. I want to see peace in the Middle East. I'm really tired of seeing Israel versus this country or that country. I'm sure the citizens of Israel just want to live their lives.
Now, for those of
like Palestinians.
for those of us on this show, we would really like to see this come to a peaceful resolution. We would like to see Hamas release their hostages. We would like to see the violence stop.
Right.
But it does need to come to a resolution. So go ahead and leave your comments below. Hit subscribe and follow. If you're on an opposing view, please let us know. I'm sure.
Love or hate mail, we want it all.
Yeah.
So
keep the language down. There's children watching.
yeah.
Yes. So
All
thank you.
right. Thank
Yeah.
you so much.
Thanks for stopping by and catch us on the
Welcome
next
to
one.
Trending and goodbye from Trending and love you. Bye.